Hello everyone, this is Coach again. This is the third video dropping today. Yes, and this series is about nurses and your business. So this video, the third video is, can I hire my registered nurse as an independent contractor, or do I need to hire my nurse as an employee? So first of all, guys, it really depends on your rules and regulations in your state. Let me just get that out there. And I also, let me welcome, I feel like there's a whole bunch of new people. I feel the energy. Yes. So if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Michele Williams. I go by Coach Michele. A lot of people know me by my famous line. This is Coach Michele coming to you live from the ATL on my Facebook page. I am Coach Michele. But a little bit about me, guys. I'm married. I'm a mom of a whole bunch of kids. I have grandkids, and I am married to an amazing man, Coach Rob, who runs all of the businesses that we have. We run them together, and I'm very, very thankful for that man, Coach Rob. So shout out to Coach Rob. Yes. So guys, I help aspiring and existing home care agency owners, aspiring owners to be the best they could be, to really get that foundation strong, to put themselves in a position to grow. A lot of mindset happens. A lot of testimonials are birthed 6-7 figures within their first year. So let me just throw this out there. I don't ever promise that someone's going to be successful, but I do promise what I teach you. And if you do those things, you will be successful. So the main ingredient that I say all the time is that, one, you show up and do the work. Right? So you can find out more about me on myhomecarecoach.com, and definitely check out my YouTube. You're on YouTube. Check out Facebook at I am Coach Michele with one L. So today's video in question is, do I have to hire my nurse as a contractor or an employee? And so, one, you want to definitely check with your rules and regulations. I'm comfortable with saying no. However, there are always changes, and then there's always one or two states that have specific rules that I may not have worked in. So I've worked internationally helping individuals. However, I haven't worked in every single state from the ground up. And I don't want to outdate this video. So you do your own due diligence, find out what your state requirements are. However, the majority of the states, right, do not require you to hire a nurse, LPN, RN, whatever you are looking to do, as an employee. An employee meaning they're filling out a W-4 form, which is going to generate a W-2 at the end of the year for tax purposes, right? So, of course, as an employee, you're paying employer taxes. So, you are not required in most states to hire a nurse as an employee. Guys, first of all, starting out, that would be extremely expensive, especially if you're paying your nurse what he or she is worth, right? So I just love nurses. 93% of my clients are registered nurses. Maybe 2-3% are nurse practitioners. And then the other is a mixture of, aspiring entrepreneurs, be of many different industries. And don't forget my CNAs. Shout out to my CNAs. Yes. So you want to make sure that you're adhering to the laws, right, of the home care, laws, as far as the rules and regulations, your local, laws, and, the federal government. You want to make sure you're doing all those things. And I say the federal government, meaning IRS. The IRS, guys, has specific rules based on hiring an employee versus a contractor. What's the difference? So I would encourage you guys to Google that and get your own understanding, right? I'm very, very strong on that as far as getting your own understanding. Take the tips, nuggets that you receive from me, and use it for food, like food for thought. And you go out and you do your research, your due diligence, to make sure that you are adhering to what you need to for your business and for your local municipality, as well as the government, right? So that's really important. I want to make sure I throw that out there. And then and then if you're hiring them as a contractor, right? Because it's not like you need them to do something every single day in your business or consecutive hours in your business. So it's more of an intermittent type of relationship, if you will, which is why it's okay to hire them as independent contractors. So whenever you bring on a new client, if you have supervisory visits as a requirement, if a nurse has to oversee your caregivers as a requirement, those are more so on intermittent visits, right? Task, if you will. So you can pay your nurse with a disclaimer, right? As a contractor, meaning your nurse is going to fill out a W-9. You can Google that and just Google 2022 W-9 and it will populate. You can Google 2022 W-4 form for your employees. It will populate, and then that's what you would use. And I would encourage you guys every year to Google just to see if there are any changes in the forms, because you want to make sure you're using the most up-to-date form from the IRS. Okay, it's free. You Google, you download it, make copies of it. So when you have your contractor fill out the W-9, it's going to generate the 1099 at the end of the year, and you're not paying employer taxes. So if you're paying your nurse $100 for an assessment, comprehensive head to toe assessment, and he or she goes out and for the week, say they do 5, then you're paying them $500. I was getting ready to say writing a check, but I really recommend that you do put your contractor on payroll, and then that way it's documented and it's easy to generate that 1099 at the end of the year that you're required to give to your contractor. If you have paid them more than $600. If you pay them more than $600, then yes, you need to give them a 1099 at the end of the year. It just makes it so clean. They do a timesheet or whatever type of documentation you want them to fill out to give to you, and then you're able to submit it to your payroll company, or if you're doing it yourself, then you are able to keep track of that, right? So, she did assessment for Miss Jones, Miss Becky, Miss Betty, Peter, John, and 5 assessments, $500 is on her paycheck or his paycheck, right? So that's the main difference, guys. So I would recommend that you do your due diligence, because it's easier if you're paying your nurse for those intermittent visits and tasks as a contractor, or if you decide to hire your nurse as an employee, I would recommend that you do it on a PRN. So make sure all your paperwork, your agreements, or whatever the case may be, or some type of agreement that you have him or her sign outside of the onboarding documentation, is that it says PRN. So it's just as needed, PRN as needed, right? And then that way you're not obligated where you hire someone as an employee, part-time, full-time, and then they go to the Department of Labor, apply for unemployment due to lack of work. So anything you do, guys, in business, you want to think about it holistically and say, what are the pros and cons? If I do this, what are the pros and cons? If I do that, what are the pros and cons? Just so you consistently set your business and yourself and your employees as well as clients up for success. So you always want to evaluate up front before you release something or before you decide to do something. So now, this just came to my head. Now, I ain't talking about procrastination. So I ain't saying think, and never make a move. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to think about this decision and think about the pros and cons before you actually release, right? Before you implement. So that's really, really important, guys. So comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you've done in your business. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. I personally respond to all of the comments, so I encourage them. Let me know what you are struggling with, any challenges, any video topics that you may put in a request, and I may be able to do a video on. But definitely, if you guys need some assistance and you're willing to do the work, and you have money to invest in marketing, I would love to, have you connect with someone on my team to see if there's some synergy, if there's, if it's a good fit, and see how we could potentially help you. My website is myhomecarecoach.com. Go up to services, click on coaching, and you can see the different services that we offer. We have amazing candid conversations. If you guys are not aware, you can find them at the same on the same website, myhomecarecoach.com. Click on services and then scroll down in that drop down box and click on candid conversations. People have literally generated hundreds of thousands of dollars already. And I just started doing those candid conversations this year. People who have literally sent testimonials where they made money the next day. Yes, and you'll hear that. Actually, if you go to I Am Coach Michele on Facebook, we have testimonials, live testimonials on Tuesdays. You can literally hear, actually our last one of my VIP clients mentioned that Marquita actually mentioned that she looked at, I think it was Medicare Advantage, candid conversation, went through it, did what needed to be done, and the next day got a client. I think she said, don't hold me to this, guys, but I think she said 94 hours. So candid conversation, I think, is like $69. So that's a crazy return on investment. So you guys take care. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on the notifications by hitting the bell so you can be notified every time I drop a video. My goal is to drop 4 videos every Monday. I've been very consistent with that. You guys have been loving them. So definitely comment below to let me know you want more videos. So you guys take care. God bless. And I will see you on the next video. This is the 3rd one today, so there's one more coming.